Hey guys, this is Dr. Ryan DeBell from the Movement Fix.
And Coach Cody Looney from CrossFit Advantage.
And today marks the halfway point.
15 days down.
The 15th day of the 30 for 30 movement challenge. The first move we're going to do is the shoulder pullover. The second move we're going to do is hollow rocks or hollow holds. And the third one...
Let's get into it. Let's go upside down. Let's work on our handstands. We'll do some holds, some walks, some conans. Let's get down to the sexy stuff. Let's party.
So we got Tia here to demo. Let's go take a look. The first move that we're going to do here is the shoulder pullover. You're going to need a foam roller and then either a wall ball or a trainer bar or something about 10 to 15 pounds. What Tia's going to do is lay lengthwise on the foam roller. So butt will go down there, head will go here. We want the whole spine on the foam roller. So the short one's going to be really hard to do this with. She is going to grab this, push it towards the ceiling. We want her low back lightly pressed into the foam roller, and then she's going to raise the wall ball up over her head slowly. Good. We really do not want to see these ribs flare up when she does this. So she has to crunch down here and hold that. Good. And then come back. This isn't a stretch. We're just doing the movement. So we're going to do 10 reps. Good. And so go that way. If this is pinchy in your shoulder, you might need to move your hands so that it's higher up on the ball so they're further apart. Good. Or maybe you need to use a barbell so it's not pinchy. Really make sure that this doesn't flare up. That's going to be the number one problem that we see. And then people are going to be overextending in their low back like that. And we don't want that. So crunch that down. Good. And relax. Now, alternatively, you can use a trainer bar. This might be easier for people who get pinchy in their shoulder going overhead because you can alter the width of your hands. So go ahead and just do a couple reps here. Keeping that crunch. Good. Don't force this. Let your body go into the position. Make sure you can control it. It's easy to let this just flop up. You want to control the whole range. Good. So 10 total reps. And then after that, we're going to go to Cody to check out the hollow rock, hollow holds.
All right, let's get into some gymnastics. We're going to start with a hollow hold and potentially a hollow rock. So I'm going to have Tia get set up on her back really quick with her arms overhead. And from here, I'm going to have her palms facing each other with her hands about shoulder width apart. If they're a little bit wider, that's okay too, but we like right around the shoulders. Her toes will be together and pointed as far away from her as possible. She's going to squeeze her legs as tight as possible and lock down her stomach as tight as she can, putting her lower back on the mat. And go. Feet up in the air. There we go. So for Tia, she has to raise her legs up a little bit higher to get her lower back on the ground. Your heels might be a little bit closer to the ground, but this is Tia's hollow position. And go ahead and take a break. For a lot of athletes, just getting hollow and holding there for 20 to 30 seconds is going to be a lot of work. So maybe the first round here, just spend 20 to 30 seconds getting into position and holding. Next we have hollow rocks. Tia, go and get set in the hollow position, and she's going to rock forward and back, kind of like a dish rolling on a table. Notice that she's not opening or closing in the shoulders or the hips, at least not very much. She's trying to minimize that as much as she can. All the movement is coming from her midline. And take a break. All right, so that is the hollow hold and the hollow rock. Next thing we're going to do, so we're going to do 10 reps of that every round once we've successfully accomplished a 20 to 30 second hold in the hollow hold. Next, we're going to move on to our handstand drills. The first handstand drill we're going to do is a handstand hold. Tia's going to do a wall climb or a wall walk up to the wall. Hopefully she's going to get her nose onto the wall. Good. Same thing here. Lock the stomach down, get nice and hollow. We call this a nose and toes handstand hold because the only thing touching the wall is her nose and her toes. She'll hold there for 20 to 30 seconds and walk on down. Good. For a lot of athletes, this is going to be a difficult version for them, and they might stay here the whole time. The next version that we have will be over here on a box. We call these conans. And this is the first thing that we'll do to progress into a handstand walk. So Tia is set up here in a nice vertical position. All right, straight line from her hips to her hands, and she has her feet on the box. From here, she's going to walk counterclockwise around the box. There you go. Nice and tight, trying to keep her hands as close to the box as possible. One scale would be to bend the feet a little bit. And let's say she went all the way around, then she's gonna walk back. And go ahead and take a break. All right, so all the way around and all the way back is 1 rep. If you can do the handstand hold for 30 to 40 seconds unbroken, let's try the next round, doing a conan around and back. All right, the next thing we have is a buddy handstand walk. So Tia will kick up to me. I'll basically be her wall. I'm not gonna hang on to her legs. I'm just gonna be there. And as I walk back, she's gonna walk into me, pushing me this way. You ready?
Yeah.
And up. Good. And here we go. If something starts to go wrong, I'm gonna push her feet down. Make sure that she can come down safely. I don't want to wait for her to get wobbly and then fall straight down. I'm going to actively push her away from me. All right? Another thing to think about for the handstand walks, never think about your feet or your hands being in this position. You always want to be here or here. Just like walking, your feet are never this way, step, step. So always pulling through to that next step. It's going to make you more stable, sideways and front to back. All right, next thing we'll do, Tia's gonna do a handstand walk without me there. So she's gonna kick up and paw through. Notice how vertical she stays. All right, her feet get in front of her a little bit and she'll walk forward and take a break. All right, so that is the nose and toes handstand hold, the conans, the buddy handstand walk, and a freestanding handstand walk. Make sure with these gymnastics that you're working with a coach, working with a buddy, somebody that can watch you, spot you, and help you out. It's important with our inverted movements that we get used to working outside of our comfort zone, but we still remain within our level of skill. So if you've never worked on handstands before, don't jump into a handstand walk and go right away, okay? So looking for 20 to 40 seconds on the handstand hold, around and back on the conans. As far as you can, make sure you get at least 10 to 12 feet on the buddy walk, and same thing on the freestanding walk, at least 10 to 12 feet. We'll do that every round. That's our gymnastic strength and skill for today. That was shoulder pullovers, hollow holds or hollow rocks, and some handstand drills. Hopefully you were able to do something you haven't done before, or maybe get a little bit better at it, whether it was a handstand hold, the conans that we showed you, or a handstand walk for the first time, or maybe going farther than usual.
Man, those were some sexy handstand drills. Those conans, I love the conan.
Awesome drill.
I love the conan. All right.
All right. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Make sure you like and share this video so we can change the world one handstand at a time. All right. See you guys tomorrow.